Video number 34. Number 34.1. My mother was a staunch atheist. She was in hospice for 3 weeks before she died of pancreatic cancer. About 2 weeks before she died, the hospice nurse told my brother, sister-in-law, and me that Mom was seeing her mother, who had died 11 years before. She never mentioned it to us kids, because that meant she'd have to admit that she was wrong about there being spirits, and life after the death of the physical body, and God. After I got over some of the grief of her dying, I had a hearty laugh about that. It must have been one heck of a shock for Mom. Number 34.2. When my grandfather was dying at the hospital, the closet door, which was across the room, opened by itself. My grandfather said that was my grandmother passing through to see him. Number 34.3. My mother saw and had conversations with my deceased dad, her husband of 60 years plus. My husband and I could hear Dad's voice, but not his words. I asked her if she was talking to Dad and she said yes. The next morning, I asked again if she had seen Dad the night before. Again, she said yes, and we talked about it like a normal everyday conversation. He came to see her most nights about a month or so before she passed in August. I told my sisters and we were all so happy he did. Number 34.4. My aunt was literally having a reunion with her dead relatives before she died. I think it is to help ease them to not be afraid. Sounds good to me. Number 34.5. The 91-year-old lady whom I was taking care of suddenly asked me what all these people are doing in my hallway. Did you let them in? She said she had no worries as they seem like nice people. They are waving at me and asking me to go with them, somewhere really nice place. I looked around and of course didn't see anyone. The lady said, "Don't worry, I guess they are here for me." She died a week later. Number 34.6. My mother-in-law did this in. She was overjoyed at seeing her deceased husband and parents all together laughing and interacting together with dancing angels around them. It was about a month later that she sustained a heart attack and within a week after the heart attack, died. Number 34.7. A good friend's mother was dying at home and her last several hours were very bad for all. When she passed early in the morning, he called his brother and he came rushing over, flew into the bedroom and began kissing his mother and apologizing. They asked why he was apologizing. He had been asleep and at the moment of her passing she came to him in a dream to tell him goodbye. It didn't make sense to him until he got the call moments later. Please subscribe, like and share with anyone that needs these comforting stories. Search for my related book on Amazon using the title of 4,000 Deathbed Vision Stories. Sincerely, Ken.